before using the 5 behaviors of a cohesive team, we were very separated and splintered. In healthcare, it's a 24-hour operation, so you have different shifts, different time frames, and in our specific department, we have a leader for each shift, each time.
It was disorderly, a lot of gossiping. We weren't viewed as an actual team.
The atmosphere in the department was pretty tense. There was a lot of conflict between shifts. Nobody really wanted to address any of the issues, but they definitely wanted them to be taken care of somehow or some way. We just didn't have an avenue to go down.
As the leader, I shared my discomfort about how to move forward with my senior leader, and she recommended that I team up with System Learning and Development and see if there were any resources.
I felt very strongly that before you can expect employee engagement to improve, you have to make sure that you're role modeling the right kind of behavior as a leadership team. And so I recommended that the leadership team strengthen itself before they worked on trying to help the employees be more engaged in the department. I came across the 5 behaviors of a cohesive team when I was first asked to work with groups who are having problems with their employee engagement scores. But before that, our group inside of System Learning and Development had actually gone through the material ourselves. And so we learned it and became a more cohesive team as a training department before we went out and taught it to other people.
I enjoyed finding out that I was a big part of the leadership team, which I didn't feel before, so it was just great to realize how important each integral member is. And I love the style of DISC, knowing how to respond to people based on what style they are. And realizing that sometimes if they come across short or something, maybe it's just because they are the D. And that's just how they talk, and it's not like they meant to cut you off or anything like that. So you tend to take things less personal then, and just listen to the words that are being said, the message that they're trying to make.
I take a better approach at how I interact with others with different styles. Prior to us doing the 5 behaviors of a cohesive team, I may have been more direct, or my personality would have come across real strong, and I may have not been so thoughtful about other people with different personalities. So now I just tend to figure out how I'm going to approach somebody or what I'm going to say to them so that they're understanding. We're communicating so much more authentically. And what I mean when I say that is that we were going through some of these motions, having one-on-ones, holding meetings. We weren't communicating with each other about what was actually going on. I would have my one-on-ones with each one of my leaders, and I would say, what can I do for you? And they would say, oh, nothing, we're good, or I'm good. And now I'm finding that that's a red flag. Not everybody is good all the time. So I think in an effort to try to not interrupt me, because as a leader we get really busy and our schedules get crazy, but we were really working against each other.
I'm not one to really speak up and, voice my opinion or say something, but I definitely wanted to make sure that, people around me were understanding where I was coming from and what I was looking for. So I really felt like it helped my communication style and feel like I was a part of the team.
I think that the program's success could be best evaluated by the increase in our employee engagement results. We tested virtually the same exact group of people 6 months later, and the entire department was in the green, and some of the questions that were asked of the department improved 10 to 20 points. There was a green party. We wanted to do something really special for the staff that tied back to the meaning of how we all felt and the journey and how far we had came, and the results are still hanging on the control room door in the department.
I really believe that the staff sees the growth within us and the trust and the commitment we made to one another. And it's just like anything else. When you see some good happening, it kind of rubs off on the other staff. So it's been really refreshing.
The process to accepting this journey that we're on together with the 5 behaviors of a cohesive team is still different for everybody. That's the exciting part, though, is that we keep revisiting it. It's a continuous quality improvement for our department. I would recommend the 5 behaviors of a cohesive team to other leadership teams or other hospitals that are really ready to do some hard work and go on a journey together, because it's not easy, And there were moments where we had to, pick each, person up and elevate them. And there were some truthful conversations that needed to be had, but we've had them and we've really grown a bond together that, in my opinion, is unconditional. And that feels so safe and so awesome that I never want to go back to being surprised by information again.